Chapter 3 and Song 3 Summary. The dirtiness of shameful actions and the glory of virtuous actions show that good people are always rewarded and wicked people are always punished. This is because a reward is a natural result of the purpose of an action. If a good person becomes good, he must have the good, that is, happiness. And no one can take this reward from him, for only those who cease to be good lose it. Also, those who are happy partake in divinity, which reward cannot be diminished or destroyed. The wicked must suffer a converse punishment, wickedness itself. Since wicked people depart from the good and lose their own unity, they thus destroy their own personhood. They become subhuman, animals, far from being gods. Chapter 3. Do you see how unrighteous deeds drip with filth, and how righteousness shines with glory? Then you must know this: goodness never lacks its reward, nor crime its punishment. For truly, in all sorts of circumstances, the goal an action aims at is that action's reward. That is the case with the wreath, the goal that runners pursue, which is thus the reward offered for running. Now, we have shown happiness to be the good for which all things are done. Absolute good, then, is the common prize, so to speak, of all human actions. But truly, this is a reward that no one can tear away from a good person, for one who is without good cannot properly be called good at all. So righteous living never misses its reward. No matter how violently the wicked rage, the crown will not fall from the head of the wise, nor will it wither. The unrighteousness of some cannot pluck from righteous souls their proper glory. If the righteous received the reward his soul delights in from the outside, then it might be taken away by the one who gave it or by someone else. But since his own righteousness confers his prize, then he will only lose it when he stops being righteous. Lastly, since people desire any prize because they believe it is good, who can think that the one who possesses good lacks reward? And what a prize! The most beautiful and lofty of all. Remember the corollary that I strongly insisted on a little while back, and apply it to what we are talking about. Since absolute good is happiness, clearly all the good must be happy because they are good. But we agreed that those who are happy are gods. So then, no amount of time can fade, no one's power diminish, and no one's unrighteousness tarnish the prize of the good, divinity itself. Therefore, the wise man cannot doubt that punishment is inseparable from the bad. For since good and bad, and reward and punishment are opposites, it necessarily follows that, just like we see the good enjoy their reward, so evildoers suffer punishment. And so, just as righteousness itself is the reward of the righteous, so wickedness itself is the punishment of the unrighteous. Now, no one who suffers punishment doubts that something evil is happening to him. Accordingly, if they were only willing to weigh their own case, could they think themselves free from punishment whom wickedness, the worst of all evils, has not only touched, but deeply corrupted? See also, from the opposite standpoint, the standpoint of the good, what punishment lies in wait for the wicked. You learned not long ago that all that exists is one, and that unity itself is good. It follows that whatever falls away from goodness ceases to exist. So the bad cease to be what they were, while only their outward appearance remains to show they used to be human beings. So by their corruption to wickedness, they have lost their true human nature. Further, since righteousness alone can raise people above the level of humanity, unrighteousness must degrade those whom it has deposed from the human condition below the level of humanity. As a result, you cannot consider the one transformed by vice to be human. The violent plunderer of other people's possessions, inflamed with covetousness, surely resembles a wolf. A bold and restless spirit, always bickering in courts of law, resembles some yelping wild dog. The secret schemer, taking pleasure in fraud and stealth, is a brother to the fox. The passionate man, frenzied with rage, seems possessed by the soul of a lion. The coward and runaway, terrified for no reason, acts like a timid deer. The one sunk in ignorance and stupidity brings to mind a dim-witted donkey. He who is flighty and changeable, never holding anything for long, is for all the world like a bird. He who wallows in foul and unclean desires is sunk in the pleasures of a filthy pig. So it comes to pass that the one who ceases to be human by forsaking righteousness cannot attain divinity, but is transformed into an animal. Song 3. Circe's Cup. The Ithacan discreet, and all his storm-tossed fleet, far o'er the ocean foam, was blown away from home, blown to the mystic isle, encountering in her guile that fair and faithless one, the daughter of the sun. There, for the trusting crew, with cunning spells she knew, she mixed the enchanted cup. For he who drinks it up must suffer hideous change to monstrous shapes and strange. One like a boar appears, one his huge form uprears, mighty in bulk and limb, a mighty lion, grim with claw and fang. Confessed a wolf, this, sore distressed when he would weep, must howl, and some, as tigers, prowl subdued through her domain. And though in grievous pain, the pity of the god who bears the herald's rod had power the chieftain brave from her cruel arts to save. His comrades, unrestrained, the fatal goblet drained. All now with low bent head, like pigs on acorns fed, of speech and form bereft, no human feature left, but steadfast still the mind, not altered or resigned, the monstrous change bewailed. How little then availed the power of her craft! These herbs, this poisoned draught, may change each outward part, but cannot touch the heart. In its true home, deep set, man's spirit lingers yet. More poisonous are those with power to depose man from his high estate, drugs that penetrate and leave the body whole, but devastate the soul.